Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different recipe where I've already got everything prepared and all we're going to do is assemble and bake. And what I'm doing today are pizza dough wrapped hamburgers that I bake in the oven. So I've been doing these for quite a while and they are one of my kids' favorite handheld treats, I guess you could say. But the ingredients that we are going to need are pizza dough, which this is my homemade pizza dough. I will leave a link down in the description to it. And I'm using a half of a batch of it. And I've already gone ahead and cooked up a couple of hamburgers, as well as I'm going to try something different with some hot dogs today. And earlier today I made some pimento cheese spread, and I did do a video on this, so you guys will be seeing it probably before this video goes up. So here is our homemade pimento cheese spread. And what I do is I start with a pretty good sized piece of dough, and I'm just going to roll it into a ball. Kind of work it out a little bit, and what we want to do is get a round that is bigger than our hamburger. So that looks pretty good, and we do want to make sure we don't get it too thin in the middle because we don't want any holes where our cheese is going to leak through. And this is a great way to have hamburgers if you don't have any hamburger buns, or in a situation like now where hamburger buns are at a shortage and you don't feel like making homemade ones. I think so. All I'm doing is looking to spread this out until it's a little bit bigger, and I am going to try and get my edges a little bit thinner so that I don't have a big gob of dough on the bottom of our hamburgers. So that feels pretty good, and I think we're probably pretty much right where we want to be. And all I'm going to do is put a nice little generous daub of our pimento cheese spread right there in the middle. And if you don't want to use pimento cheese spread, you can certainly use American cheese, cheddar cheese, you know, whatever you want. Sometimes I don't put any cheese in it at all, and I go straight for some tomatoes. And if you want to do a breakfast version of this, you could certainly substitute the hamburgers out for sausage, and then once you've got a bunch of them done, after they've been baked, you can freeze these and then reheat them in the oven. Alright, so let me go ahead, and all I'm going to do is bring up my edges on all four sides, and then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to make sure I pinch my seams together really well. Trying not to create any holes if you can help it. And hopefully it doesn't stick to the board. There we go. So there is our first one. Looks pretty good. Alright, I'm going to put that over on my baking sheet, and I'm going to get these other four done, and then we're going to move on and see if we can get the hot dogs to work as well. Alright guys, I've got at least 3 of the hamburgers wrapped up. My son's doing a keto diet, so he cannot have the bread dough, so I'm keeping a couple of hamburgers to the side for him. And now for the hot dogs, I think what I'm going to do is kind of roll it out in a log shape and then stretch it out just a little bit. It's a little thin there in the middle. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Make sure it's, yeah, pretty much the same size as our hot dog. You spread that end out a little bit. And I'm just going to lay a little bit of the pimento cheese right down the middle. I'm not going to put as much on this as I did our hamburgers. There we go. I did make sure to dry my hot dogs off really well before I started doing this, and I think I'm going to bring my ends up. This is sort of like a what do they call them, pigs in a blanket, except I'm using pizza dough instead of crescent rolls. Or at least that's the way I've always made mine. And I think if we bring this end up, I think this is gonna work well. And all I did to the hot dogs was boiled them a little bit and then let them cool down to room temperature. You do want to make sure that your meat has cooled down, because the hot meat will cause your bread dough to get soggy, or your pizza dough to get soggy. So I'm just going to give him a little roll. Yeah, I think this is going to work out well. So let me get another one of these guys together. And while I'm doing this, I would like to remind you of the Gamers and Geeks playlist that TopCat and I have going on in our channels. It is a community-driven playlist made up of you, our friends and YouTube family. And if you would like to be a part of that, it's really easy. All you got to do is go out and make a cooking video and post it to your channel. Once you've done that, let either JPIC or I know in the comments section of our latest cooking videos, or if you're a part of our Discord servers, you can let us know over there as well. And we would be more than happy to go out and check out your video and get it added to the playlist. That one's kind of a little bit longer, and I made it a little bit thinner than what I wanted to, but I think it's going to work out just fine. So let me go ahead and get this cheese spread out down the middle, and we will get this one wrapped up as well. Ooh, that one really wants to get narrow on the end, doesn't it? I think what I'll do is keep that narrow end up there like that. Just bring them right up. And make sure we seal it really well so our cheese doesn't leak out. Alrighty, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these finished up. Alright guys, I've got them all wrapped up and they are ready to go into our preheated 400-degree oven. And I'm going to bake these for about 15 to 25 minutes, or until they're a nice light golden brown. I will let you know the exact baking time once they're done. Alright guys, our hamburgers and hot dogs are out of the oven. And I let them bake about 27 minutes before they were done. And about halfway through, I brushed the tops with butter just to help with the browning. Now some of them did leak a little bit, so I do need to make sure I seal my seams a little bit better next time. But they've turned out well. They are done all the way through. They sound hollow when I bang on them, which is what bread should sound like. So let's go ahead and cut one of these open. I have been letting it cool, because as you can, I don't know if you can see the steam coming out of these. Make sure we get cut all the way through here. Here we go. And you can see our hamburger is still a nice medium, which is the way I like them. And our bread has risen around them, just like it would be if it was a bun. And we'll go ahead and put that one over there. Our cheese is nice and melted all around our hamburger now. And I'm going to go ahead and give our hot dog a cut as well, so we can see what's going on inside of here. Oh wow, that looks really good. Nice and bready all around it. Our cheese is all nice and melty inside. So yeah, I would definitely call these a success. So let me get those over there, get this out of my way, and we will give one of these a little bit of a nibble and see what we think about it. So I am dying to have one of these hamburgers, and I'm going to go in for that. It smells so good. The bread is so yeasty. This is my favorite pizza crust recipe to use. This is so good. It's still hot. Cheese is all nice and melted around. You get the nice little bite from the pimento. Nice and juicy, as you can see. See how our hot dog is. This one's really hot though. So these are actually really, really good. Like I said, I've made these for a long time for my kids. And you're just using simple pantry ingredients. I had the stuff to make the pimento cheese on hand, so I had gone ahead and made it. And just using my baking supplies to make our dough and hamburger that I had in my freezer, I was able to pull this meal together. Now I will be serving this along with some vegetables that I have canned up and a simple salad. I just wanted to show you a quick and simple way to use up your pantry ingredients during these difficult times when there are a lot of shortages out there and you can't just get up and go to the store and buy a hamburger bun or a hot dog bun. A way that you can get around that by using just a few simple pantry ingredients to bring together a meal. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist. If you like this video, leave me a comment down below. If you try this recipe out, let me know how it turns out for you. Remember, guys, stay safe out there. And as always, thank you so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.